right, y'all. So in this video, I'm talking about when we had to go to Juárez, and we're gonna talk about how it went on her medical exam. There's two clinics there. There's Clínica Médica Internacional, and then there's another one, Servicios Médicos de la Frontera. There you go. I was thinking of the one, but yeah, Servicios Médicos de la Frontera. They're really close, not that far from each other. And yeah, so you can pick one. I chose Clínica Médica Internacional. The appointment and whatnot was pretty simple. I did it here back in the States. I called. I told them who was going to get the appointment, when was their consulate appointment, and whatnot. So when you call them, they say, we need to know when her appointment is, and ours was on the 24th of May, so she needed to get it 2 days prior before they went so they can do their test results and whatnot. So when we went, I made it up here, and I told her what time her appointment was over there. So it was on the 24th of May at 2:30. So then we got an appointment at the Clínica Médica Internacional at 7 in the morning on the 22nd. So when we landed there a day prior to get settled in and kind of scope around the area to see where the stuff was. And then we went, and then we were ready for the next day. When I made the appointment at the Clínica Médica, what they do is after they get your information and whatnot, they send you a confirmation. They wait on the phone here, and they send you a confirmation and be like, hey, can you check your email to see if you got a confirmation of when your appointment it is and the documents you need to bring. So we got the information. They gave us this right here. It's like a receipt kind of thing. And it literally says there, it has a QR code for like their map and whatnot to get to the place. And so I got that. And with that comes another sheet with it, which is the one that has the person getting the medical exams information here in the States with their address where they live. And then they also need an address back home in Mexico. But since she didn't have any family living down there, we left it blank because I think the Servicios Médicos de la Frontera does ask for the address in Mexico, and this Clínica we went, Clínica Médicos Internacional, didn't, but we left it blank. But I believe that when she turned in her documents, they wrote that the address where we were staying. I hear that you can write the address that we were staying. So, all right, we picked up our information. I told her I got the confirmation, so we took that, and in this confirmation email, it asks to bring these type of documents. It brings to bring your interview appointment letter, your passport, valid passport, if you have a up-to-date vaccine sheet from the States. It says optional. She took her vaccines here, and she had them up to date, and we took that with us just in case. And your up-to-date vaccines for COVID vaccines, both of them. She also took her booster, but I don't know if you have to take your booster. As long as you take your first and second shot, you should be good. But I don't know, you might want to talk to your lawyer just to make sure. That's what we did. So when we got there, when it was time to go for the appointment, we got there at like 10 minutes before 7, but it was already full. And literally, it was already full of people. So we got there, went through the front, and then in the medical center, when you're about to register for the appointment or whatnot, there's a waiting room. Your family can wait in the waiting room, and then while you wait in line to get these documents to them. And as you're waiting in documents, there's chairs so they can sit down, and it's moving as they're calling people up front to check in. The chairs are moving, so you stay in line. So you stay in line. And before you get there, there's also a lady helping people get their documents like in order, and they paperclip them. And so when you get to the front desk, the lady can just flip through them real quick. You got this checks off a list, and then they give you a receipt and carry with you the whole time. Then there's another chair as you wait. And while you're waiting for them to call you so they can check your eyesight, in the first building, they check your eyesight. That's another wait over there. Get your eyes checked and whatnot. And you already turned in your documents. They sent, and then once they got everything, they turn them back with you. So then you go, and then after that, they give you like that receipt. You take them, and then they're like, all right, once the eyesight is done, the exam, they send you across the street where you're going to get the rest of the physical done. When you cross the street, that one, your family can't go with you. That's just you on your own. So you take your documents. Like she took her documents with her, so she went in there. I waited an hour in the first building, and then on the second building, I waited for another 3.5 hours. So I waited for like 4.5 hours in total, the wait process. So then the process inside the building, with that, they put up a little like a band for when you check into the doctor. So they put your name, your birth date, and whatnot. So everywhere you go, they scan that to keep you up to date in records. And so once you're on the system, they're just like, okay, they scan, the information pops up. So they go to the first thing. So then she said she waited a little bit, and then they called her. And then they separated men and women. And then so there was more women than men. So the men were actually moving kind of fast, and it was taking a little bit longer for the ladies. So then they called her. Then they went by rows as well. They were moving. And when she went in, she said she undressed. They gave her one of them gowns, the hospital gowns, and they checked. They started doing her physical. They checked. They drew blood. They took blood work. They checked her breathing. They did chest X-rays. So she was there, and they check everything, your height and everything, whatnot. So they did that. And then after that, they move on to the next one. They go back to sit down, and then where they go and after they do all that, then they sit down so they can go and get your vaccinations. If you remember, I said that we took her vaccine card. It was up to date. Some people take it, some people don't. Even though it says optional, try to take it, because when she went and she waited for 45 minutes to go and get her vaccine done. And when she got up there, they told her, oh, you're okay. You don't need your vaccinations. You're good to go. You can get dressed and go pay. Other people, even though they take that, they need an extra vaccine. So the final cost of the exam just keeps on getting higher. But we were very fortunate. She didn't need one. She went up and paid. You can use debit or credit card, and I'm assuming dollars. But we paid with a credit card, and it was like $295. And then after that, so that took $5. Also, they did questions about, almost left the part that people ask. They also do, she didn't have to go with the psicólogo. She was good. They also asked her when she was waiting, if she drank. She said no. If she smoked, she said no. Did she have tattoos? She said yes. They said how many? One, where? And she had it on her back right here, and of what it was, and it was a butterfly. And they ask about it, like what it represents or whatnot. They just don't want to make sure it's like gang related, it's offending something very bad, whatnot. So hers, it was just her. It was a butterfly with some stars on it. Nothing, and it's kind of faded. They said that a lady thought it was faded, and she asked her, no, it's not. It wasn't faded, whatnot. I hear that depending on the people, nurses that are doing the exams or whatnot, they might get offended or whatnot, or they might just take it. Oh, you got to go see the psychologist, whatnot. Nothing happened. The lady was pretty chill, and it went smooth. It was just the waiting time. The waiting for every process was like a long process. It was like I say, I waited for 4.5 hours. And after that, we went out. They told her it might be a couple of days. So we waited. We were like, okay, cool, couple of days. Or it might be in the afternoon. Actually, they told us it was going to be in the afternoon before 4. They closed the medical, the clinic at 4. So dang, it's gonna be like that long. But literally, we waited like 2 hours, and they emailed, and everything is through the email. And they emailed us that it was ready. So we went here at the Clínica Médica. We didn't get this black sealed envelope that they say you take. We actually got this. It was like a folder. That's literally how it is, and it tells her your information back here and whatnot. And what it is pretty much a new envelope where we're saying that you took your medical exam and that you're up to date with your vaccines. This is what you take to your interview when you go take your paperwork. They need that because with this is just a receipt, but your whole file is emailed to them. So we didn't have to worry about taking a black sealed envelope. Nothing. I've heard in a lot of videos that they give you that. We didn't have to go through that. So it was emailed. She just had to take that. And this was like evidence that she went to go do it. And yeah, it was pretty simple. It was just waiting. The waiting. She didn't have any medical issues, thank God, or any of them that were like, that would affect her process, her visa process. So yeah, so this was the experience of the visa process for this step, the medical exam. So if anything you guys want to ask or need an answer, like I said, I can only speak for our experience, what we went through. That's about it. Not a professional, like I say. This is just somebody else that was able to get it done. And also, like I say, I looked through a lot of videos for that peace of mind, just to see if we missed anything or whatnot, and just to see that it's not as bad as it make it sound. Because I've seen a lot of people that, some people say that they do drink and they keep on digging themselves into a hole, and then it just gets crazy. But no, you just answer no, and I mean, I guess the less tattoos you have, the better. But because I have a friend that did it and he had a lot of tattoos, but as long as it's nothing criminal or gang affiliated or bad per se and whatnot, or offensive, I think you'd be good. But yeah, so that was our experience. Go ahead, comment, like, whatever you need, and just let us know. And this was her experience, and so take care, stay safe.